fucked up. My mom was here for 5 nights, 5 whole nights. And one of the nights I was like, Mom, do a porch talk with me. She was like, what? And I was like, we'll just have a conversation. You don't even have to be on camera. She was like, okay. So then I did my normal preparations. And then I sat down on the couch and we just got into deep conversation and then never came out here. And she's like, let's go. It's fine. We can keep going. And I was like, no. It's time for fucking bed. She used to go to bed so early and now she's like having a hard time sleeping. That sucks. I would have really cherished having an episode with my mother, and I think it's super cool that she is saying yes to things. She used to be in more opposition, especially to like weird shit that I do. And it's not just like she's opposed to me, because she's not opposed to me, just like she has her way of doing things and that's it. But what I remember of my childhood, I remember like going to different churches. I remember she had like a phase where she bought all the crystals and shit. I mean, she went to massage school. She never like got into like philosophy of yoga or anything like that, but you know, like new agey shit. She's like tried a bunch of stuff, but she's also tried a lot of other things, like, you know, different diets and things, like trying to, I'm sure the same thing I do and the same thing everyone's doing is like, well, how can I make this better? Because what we're dealing with is not the best. Yeah, how can this be better? How can this be better, all the time? Even when I feel like we always are striving for better, we should be, really. Like content but never satisfied. Like this is good and it could always be better. Not in a way that has you not grateful for what you have, but in a way that keeps you motivated and moving, right? Because if you're not motivated and moving, then what's the fucking point? Just sit here? No, we have to be reaching for something, some kind of goal or accomplishment or something that you look forward to. I think, I don't know, maybe people just exist floating around in clouds and shit and they're like perfectly fine, not looking forward to a thing or not. I keep getting distracted because first of all, I'm not wearing my glasses. I only wear them when I drive, but across the, porch from me is like this wall and whatever, and I can see a thing that looks like it's maybe like this big and it's brown and it looks like it has, I don't know, a fucking million legs, and I think it's a centipede, and I'm just watching it because all of a sudden it's just gonna go you know how they go like so fucking fast? That just freaked my out. That's okay, you can come sit next to me if you want. You'd be less close to that creepy ass centipede. No, alright. He's declined. I think he's a little too hot. It's 73 degrees, but it's like mad humid. Okay, yeah. It's taken me a little bit to warm up here. I haven't talked to nobody in a little while, and that's been cool. What I mean by that is like I was like talking to my mother. I got to talk to my mother. I got to have conversations with actual people. I got to talk to Erin yesterday. Just talking. I like talking. Did you know that? Oh my god. Oh god. Alright, so this is what I thought of. I've been drawing kind of a blank. I was like, I'm not gonna sit down and make myself talk about something unless I have something to fucking talk about. Like, I have something to talk about, always, but I would like to bring something new to the table as often as I can. Also, start talking louder and more clearly instead of going into your weed throat down here. I don't need to be down there. Okay, what I want to talk about is, are we willing to give the thing that we want the most? How I came up with that is, I feel right now, and for as long as I can remember, that I am lacking something, a feeling. I'm looking for a feeling. I want to feel a certain way. And that feeling is loved and supported and appreciated. Not like worshipped, just actually appreciated. Like really loved. Where you're like, oh, fuck, I fucking love you. Not just love, but like, I fucking love you. Oh man. Dan used to say that to me all the time. It is intoxicating to earn that sort of approval if you have always been looking for it. Anyhow, that's what I want the most. I want that more than anything. It's not, I don't want money. I don't want presents. I mean, I'll take presents, you know what I mean? But like, as far as love languages, so there's 5. It's like, you know, this book, somebody wrote a book about it, and I feel like it totally makes sense. And it's not like a secret woo-woo voodoo bullshit. It's just like, hey, these are ways that people express love, and sometimes there's a breakdown when you express love in a certain way and another person expresses love in a totally different way, because typically we are giving out what we want to receive. Like, here is $5, you will give me $5 back. Here are words of affirmation and physical touch. Give me words of affirmation and physical touch. That's 2 of the love languages. So it's words of affirmation. Tell me I'm pretty. Tell me you love me. Tell me how great I am. 2, physical touch. Touch my fucking body. Whether it's hands, you know, hand on the face, something like hands, body parts touching. When you're sleeping next to each other, touching. You don't have to be on top of me, just touching. I want to be fucking touched all the time. All the time. All the time. Just a little. There's this meme with, I think it's an otter. Yeah, it's gotta be an otter. And he's in like a glass case of emotion. You know, not really, but sort of. And there's a hole cut, and then he's got his little paw in the hole, and then a person, you know, has their hand there. And it said like, me when I need my space, but I still want attention. That reminds me of Bobby. God, he was so terrible. Guys, oh, shouldn't speak disparagingly. It's not like he's dead. I don't think he's dead. But I just feel bad for that guy, man. Which means I've healed a whole lot, because, man, that was some fucked up shit. Anyway, are we willing to give what we want? So when you're giving, okay, the 2 things. I said, come on. Words of affirmation, physical touch. Then another one is quality time. Spend time together. Doing things, maybe things that you're interested in, or just spending time together at all. And then there's gifts. That's obvious. Give me presents. And then acts of service. Do shit for me. Help me out. And I remember talking about this with Erin before, like a long time ago. And she said that acts of service was like really high up on the, you know, high up there for her. She finds that attractive. I'm like, that's weird. I don't want anybody to do shit for me. But what I realized is I was shoving that so far down because I didn't think that was an option at all, that anyone would ever do anything for me and I would be all right with them doing it. Ooh, that fucking centipede is moving. God. You know what I want to do? I want to reframe my thinking into thinking that, oh, it's cute. Like a cattail. You know, the semi-aquatic swampy-like plant. It's like a green stem and then it looks like a hot dog, but it's fuzzy and brown, like that fucking thing over there. But the reason that thing is fuzzy is because it has a million fucking legs and it's really creepy. A million legs, like I have a million fucking lines in my forehead. It's fine. It's just that I know what I look like without it and it's way better. It's the truth, man. There's a fucking reason people do it. It looks so much better. Anyway, so say, yeah, those are my things. You know what I prefer? Physical touch, words of affirmation. But maybe my partner is an acts of service kind of guy. And that's what he does to show love. And then probably one would assume that's what he wants back. Because we typically give what we want to receive. Because nothing is fucking selfless. Because even if you think, I'm going to do this nice thing, because if I were in that position, I would want it to happen for me. So say like, I don't know, there's like a bum on the street. A homeless person. I shouldn't say bum. It's probably not the right word to say anymore. You can't fucking say anything anymore. And not being like overly like, oh, back in my day, we could just say the N-word. No, not at all. What was that? What did I even say? Oh, okay. Homeless person. So there's a homeless person on the street and you give them, $10 because you think, well, if I was on the street and I really needed help, I would want somebody to help me. So you gave help because you'd want to receive help. And even though that person is not going to turn around and help you, perhaps you will receive help from someone else. Maybe what you're putting out and not getting back from the same person, it's like traveling around the world or something to come back to you. Like what goes around comes around. And what you put forth and give to one, you may not receive it back from them, but you may receive it back from someone or lots of someone else's. Not in a way that you stop interacting with the first person that you're giving the things to. It's like this. This is a perfect example. Being a yoga teacher or being a coach, what I give to the students or the athletes, they don't give back to me. They give me a different thing. They give me it's just a feeling. It's a refueling that I need. It's like not only validation, but they're sharing. They're sharing their experience with me, and they're letting me assist them in their experience, which, as I have said before, I find that very sacred. Like you could go to fucking anybody. You could be anywhere. If you like the type of yoga that I teach, but you don't like me, you can find another person. If you like to go to the gym that I coach at, but you don't like me, you can go to a different class. So yes, some things are out of convenience, I'm sure, but when people come to me, they give me life as a teacher. That's something that Barron said once, like, it's my life as a teacher. I say that sometimes at the end, like, thank you for being here, thank you for bringing you. Thank you for giving me life as a teacher, because without the student or without the athlete, I don't get to be the teacher or the coach. That I'm just teaching and coaching myself, which I am doing all the time, but I get a lot more data and feedback when I get to lead and teach other people, because then you give me more knowledge, more context. But then I need to receive that as well. I need to be coached and I need to be taught. And take off the filter, not the filter, but take away the specifics of the story that I'm telling right now, because I'm just giving an example of how what we give, we also want to receive, but how we may receive it from somewhere else. So, right, take away teacher or coach, and think of it's like when you're a parent too. You give to your child what you would want done for you, but your child will never give you back what you gave to them. It's just totally different. That relationship can't be met. So you look to the next chain in command. So for me, that would be looking to my mother to give me what I give to my children. Yeah, that's so cool. So we have our needs met, from a variety of people all at the same time. I don't know if this is news to you or not. This is a recollection. I'm recalling that I have discovered this before, but not until I'd say pretty recently, within, the calendar year. Does that mean, when you say calendar year, does it mean 2021? That's what I mean. And then the fiscal calendar is just, say the school year is September to June, or the business, my business started in October, so the fiscal year, that centipede is moving, is October 19 to October 20, right? Like that. I don't know, calendar year. That I have discovered, you have to branch out. As a codependent person, I was under the impression that you were just supposed to get everything, all of your needs met by one other person. The end. And then I had children. And then I started going to the gym. And I realized I can give to these people and then receive back for myself something that they don't give to me. What I'm exploring is it's okay if you, sometimes it's an ebb and flow of receiving what it is that you want or need from the other person by like shifting and getting that need met elsewhere. I feel like that means like you go and have sex with someone else. That's not what I mean. That's, to be clear. It's like, say you're, you know, you really like to watch, I don't know, like the show Sex Life. I was talking about that. I kind of forgot about it and I stopped watching it. I should start again, but I also have to go to bed. Yeah, I definitely have to go to bed. I'm only gonna watch that with like certain people or with no one. You know, I'm not gonna like force my kids to watch that show. That would be terrible. So I can't get my need of like wanting to watch this TV show met by my children, and it's totally fine. I'll just go somewhere else and it's fine. It doesn't mean anything about my relationship with my children. It just means I'm respecting a boundary or a preference, right? I don't know. It's news to me. Get your needs met by more than one person. And then I'm really good at diversifying, right? It's just like diversifying your funds. Apparently you're supposed to do that. I don't fucking know. What is that noise? Oh, someone's probably on the fucking playground, on the playground that they just put in next door that's like on the other side of the fence with all of the 6 children in the thunderstorm jumping on the trampoline. They're just, it's all the fucking time. And they're perfectly fine people, probably. I don't know. I don't talk to them. I try not to talk to anybody. It's just the mere reminder that other people exist. I know some of you feel me. Isn't it weird, those of you who are like me, to be like so fucking bothered by humanity? Like, so bothered and disappointed. Yet on the other hand, just fucking love people. They're fascinating. I'm like mad at humanity because I want it to do better, because I love it so much. No, that's not why I get annoyed about neighbors. I just don't want to. I can't. I'm an energy sponge. I'm leaking it out all the fucking time. All the time, just giving it to other people. So then when I come home, I'm just trying to like rehydrate, you know what I'm saying? Okay. I don't know, how many home minutes has it been? 17, sweet spot. Are we willing to give what we want? I think we are. This is totally not what I meant. What I was thinking of is an example where I'm not willing to give what I want. So what I said, I want attention and I want affection. And I know that that's what Charlotte wants. She's my youngest. And I just find it so annoying. Like, figure it out, kid. But is that me, like, being resentful, like humanity, being resentful to her? Like, stop asking me for this thing. You just better get used to not having this thing, because you're not going to fucking get it. No, it's not teaching her the lesson. It's working out my shit on my daughter. I don't get it, so why do you get to get it? That's not how I act, though. I mean, sometimes when they're like complaining about how, I don't know, something is hard, I do the same thing that every fucking parent does, and I tell them about something in my life that was harder, is harder, or was harder. Like, you know, when I was your age, I wasn't sitting on the fucking couch staring at YouTube all day, but you know what I was doing? I was sitting on the fucking couch staring at the television. So what the fuck is the big deal? What is the difference? Why do I get so pissed that they're always on their phones? Just allow them to check out. They're allowed to check out. It's not good, because I was allowed to check out too. Just like keep me busy, because like, you know, you gotta keep a kid busy because you got fucking shit to do, especially when you have 1,000 things on your plate. You gotta engage more. And then if I just give to Charlotte what I know she wants and is the thing that I want, then she will give it back to me. She's just always acting. She like can't keep a straight face, you know. She hasn't found her confidence around. Well, but that's just part of being a middle schooler. You're just trying out different like personalities. I didn't become sure of myself until, I don't fucking know, I'm still not. I mean, though I am in a way. It's interesting to me, the things that I witness or hear happen to other people, like conversations or comments. I don't know. I just would handle differently. Although, do things happen to me that other people are surprised about? Maybe. I just don't get a lot of like I've said this a lot of times in yoga class, just to be funny. I'm always trying to be funny. I'd say something about your butt. So when you're in, God damn it, when you're in double pigeon, so it's your legs are stacked like this, like fire logs. You try to, or you might be like this, or like all jacked up. I say move your butt cheeks out of the way because they might be good for, getting you free drinks. We don't need them in this pose. And then I would follow it up with, that has never happened to me. No one ever bought me a drink, ever. Like, oh, send a drink to that lady down there at the end of the bar. Yeah, who cares? That has never happened to me. But also, things like, I don't know, there's rude shit that people say. I enjoyed that I look tough, I guess. It is hard. I mean, this is a whole nother conversation, so let's leave it here. But I'm going to say it, so when I listen back, I'll remember to talk about it. The masculine and the feminine. The masculine and the feminine that resides within each of us. I know what it sounds like. I know what it sounds like. But it's real, You have the Shiva and the Shakti energy. It's just like the male and the female energy. It's a balance. We aren't just one thing. We aren't just like, oh, this is all, like I am all woman and then men are all men. No, there's like feminine softness in there, and just like there's toughness and hardness in women. And I feel like my shit is all out of whack. I want to be softer. I want to be softer. Not all the way soft. Not a fucking bitch. But I want to be softer, but I'm not allowed to be. I use like that male part to build up myself and my confidence and my alphaness, like to be a leader in charge of everything that I feel I should be in charge of. Because like, obviously this is not being taken care of over here, so I guess I will have to step in and do this. A lot of times leading things that I don't fucking want to lead, which I feel like that is good. That's like a sign of a good leader. As long as you believe, like, because you believe so much in what it is that needs to be led that you're willing to lead it even if you don't want to. It's doing the right thing in an effort to move us forward. Okay. Am I just being defensive about how I'm tough like a dude? Yeah, I need a bigger alpha. You got, and like it takes me a really long time to fucking knit, because I have had to be the alpha forever. I really want to be all the time. In the gym, yes. As a teacher, yes. From students. But from my teacher, my coach, I want to submit. Can you fucking be in charge? Can somebody else be in charge?